The message arrived at 2:17 a.m. My brother's name lit up on the screen. A string of words so blunt they almost looked fake. Just married your wife. You're useless BTW. Hawaii. A palm tree emoji. A gold ring. I stared at it. My heart didn't race. My hands didn't shake. The words didn't sting the way they should have. Instead, a strange calm settled in me, heavy and sharp, like ice pressed against skin. I typed back, "Cool, congrats." 2 words, flat. And then I smiled. It wasn't happiness, it wasn't disbelief. It was the kind of smile that forms when a puzzle piece finally snaps into place. I blocked her cards, changed the locks, went back to bed. By sunrise, the police were knocking at my door. They said my wife was missing, not dead, not harmed, just unaccounted for. A welfare check, they called it. Someone, probably her, had reported a controlling spouse. They wanted to make sure she was safe. I told them she wasn't home. She'd flown out, I explained, casual as breathing. No details, no emotion. They left with polite warnings, but I knew. The missing piece of her late nights, the sudden work trips, the passwords she kept changing, the laughter muffled in the bathroom at midnight. She thought I hadn't noticed. She thought I was blind. And my brother, the golden child, always louder, brighter. He didn't steal quietly. He stole like it was his birthright. My friends, my ideas, my victories. Now, my wife. I had felt the distance for months, an invisible thread pulling her away. Every lie she rehearsed in the mirror before telling me. Every hesitation when she said, "I love you." I let it happen, watched it unravel, because I wanted to know how far it would go. Now I knew. I didn't scream, I didn't confront, I studied. Her phone records were easy to access, too easy. She never imagined I'd look. Calls at odd hours, numbers traced to hotel rooms, temporary rentals, always coinciding with my brother's conferences. I copied everything, stored it neatly, folder by folder. Then came the receipts. Joint accounts tell stories people forget they're writing. Jewelry bought in one city, charged in another. Flights booked under aliases, but billed on the same card she used to buy groceries. Careless. I traced patterns like a detective solving someone else's crime. And with each new detail, the calm inside me deepened. DNA test kits arrived in plain packaging. I left them on the counter, untouched. Not because I doubted, but because I wanted her to see them, to wonder, to panic. She called me twice that week. I let it ring, no voicemail. Silence is its own kind of answer. At night I lay awake, imagining her rehearsing excuses thousands of miles away, sweating in a honeymoon suite that was never meant for her. By day I smiled at work, efficient, unshaken. No one suspected. Control is quiet. The truth didn't come in whispers. It arrived in documents. A copy of their marriage certificate, forwarded by a lawyer. No hesitation, no shame. My brother's signature next to hers, bold and arrogant. When she finally called again, her voice cracked on the first word. "Listen," I cut her off. "I know." Silence bled through the line. I could hear her breathing, shallow, panicked. What do you mean?" I pictured her face, pale, eyes wide, lips trembling as if the right words might still save her. I stayed calm. The certificate, the records, the flights, every detail. She broke. A sob disguised as denial, a flood of words tripping over themselves. "It wasn't like that. You don't understand. But I did understand. More than she realized. I hung up. The power of silence is sharper than any accusation. The real confrontation wasn't a fight, it was paperwork. Her cards blocked, accounts frozen, locks changed. Every trace of convenience stripped away. I sent one final email. No words, just attachments. Screenshots of her messages, call logs, receipts, the certificate. A mirror held up to her deceit. And at the bottom, a single line. Everything you tried to hide, I own it now. I imagined her opening it beside him, my brother, watching her world collapse in his arms, realizing she had brought nothing with her but lies and a trail of evidence that tied her to me. There's no greater revenge than letting someone choke on the weight of their own choices. I didn't need to yell, I didn't need to chase, I just had to watch. When the police came back the next morning, I welcomed them in, calm, cooperative. They found nothing unusual, nothing illegal. They left again, unsatisfied. I stood in the quiet of my house, the air colder than it had ever felt. Every room stripped of her presence. No perfume, no hair ties, no shoes by the door. And for the first time in months, I breathed. Betrayal is a strange gift. It shows you the truth of someone without their mask. It hands you clarity sharper than any knife. She chose him. He chose her. They deserved each other's rot. Me? I chose silence. And silence is stronger than love, stronger than hate. I don't need her. I don't need him. All I needed was the truth. And now I have it. Final line. I didn't lose them. They lost me.